we don't want to forget about our sponsors this weekend. Big shout out to Texas Starfire Systems. They are a full-service fire protection contractor based in Austin, Texas. They provide custom design, installation, inspection, testing, and maintenance for fire sprinkler systems, fire suppression systems, fire alarms, and fire extinguishers. Give them a call if you see a need, and we want to give them a big shout-out and thanks for putting this on.
Perfect. Edward pushes Sammy's bag in there. Looks like we're going for a nice little 4-bag wash here. Perfect job. I feel like this is the first stages of a heavyweight bout. You know, they're trying to fill each other out real quick, see exactly what everybody's going to do, kind of get familiar with the boards again, because I don't think either one of them has played on this side yet. And so we're just going to get a feel real quick for maybe like the first few rounds just to see what it looks like, and then maybe we'll get our swinging going here in a second. We'll get our block shots and start scoring some points here.
Well, I think it's just going to depend on any misses that come. If they see a tendency, one of them missing every now and then, they'll just stick to the hole and hope that over time they end up ahead. But I got a feeling that someone's going to have to decide to put some blockers up for this one.
Edward with the miss on the
left side,
northwest side. Sammy capitalizes on that mistake. And that's probably what we should expect to see throughout this. The majority of this game is capitalizing on like the small mistakes just like that, to where it's not a big miss, but it's a big enough miss to where they can score their points. So 2-0 right now, Sammy over Eddie.
Ooh. Here's the capitalization moment.
Now, how much is that in his way? Just enough, because he ended up hitting that dead spot on the right-hand side, too.
Well, I think his cut shot is not cutting quite as hard. If these boards were slower, it would cut much harder, so he's going to have to tilt that bag just a little bit more.
Yeah, that was a much better landing spot. Initially, he hit that first throw, he kind of hit it right on the edge of the board to where it's that dead spot to where it just hits and it doesn't do anything for it.
Well, I wonder if Sammy's going to try to bring this bag forward right here. See, stepping in now.
Yeah, now that bag's gone further up, I think now's the opportunity to try to go get it if he wants it. He shook his head at it, though, whenever he first saw it. He's got slick side, so he's definitely going for it. Low, misses it.
That was rough because it was slick side. So he's trying to push forward a slick side with a slick side.
That's a great shot by Edward, going right into that bag, just enough to where he can bounce off of it, but yet still catch enough hole. Gets him 2 points. Works a phenomenal round there, because that round right there could have been easily all Sammy, even though he missed his first bag really low. It was all up in Edward's lane. Eddie had that bag all in his lane, and he did a great job of working that right to left after throwing that first grenade.
Either way, they're finding the hole right now.
Sam has got one hanging on the left-hand side, but it doesn't look like that one's going to be too much trouble. Edward still has one bag left to try to get that one. See if Sam tries to push that out of the way. Kind of brings it in just a little bit more. Edward misses it on the right-hand side. It's probably going to end up giving up too, unless Sammy misses further on the left-hand side. I'd imagine he's going to go right to left. Oh, and he pushes. Oh. He does try to go right to left, but he leaves it in the middle to where it pushes Edward's bag in the hole, thus giving him 2 more points.
It may sound weird when you hear us say he missed it to the right, but he put it in the hole. His intent was to pick that front bag up, and so that was the miss, not the bag in the hole, but the non-drag of the bag out front.
So 4-2 right now. Eddie's still leading over Sammy. Sammy does a deep V block. See if Edward just goes right through this. Does a good job of just pushing straight through it. Sammy tries to set up again, just glides a little too far. I think that was still an attempt of a block shot there. It's just, like we said, these boards are playing just a little bit too fast. That one kind of hits that dead spot a little bit, but still holds up. there. Now forces a miss. Let's see if he can miss this on the left side of that hole to get to. And he does. Does a good job of that. All tied up right now, 4-4. Sammy Soto versus Eddie Grinderslev.
Yeah, it seems very evenly matched so far.
Like I said, this one has got that feel to where we're about to play like 25, 30 rounds.
All right, sounds good, thanks.
I mean, we had a little 25-rounder earlier with Eddie, so it could easily happen on this matchup as well. There's that block shot that we were just talking about. He tilted his bag down for that one. Eddie does a good job of going to the right side of that bag and getting that one in to the right side of the hole. Sammy does a good job of kind of bouncing over it. Still has his bag in play right now. Eddie's just going to go up the gut, pushes straight through it. Clears everything out. Now it should just be bag for bag. Sammy misses that one to the left-hand side. Bounces off just a tad bit. Eddie finishes that third bag in there. Got a 10 showing right now for Sammy. And Edward unfortunately misses that last one. Unforced error there. That's like I said, I've mentioned this in the past. Unforced errors, I wish, is the category that we could keep track of. I know we'd have to do it personally, but it's just one of those stats that I feel like those are literally points that are given away. So that's a wash there right now. Still 4-4 tie. Sammy still has first bag. Throws a nice little block on that level one side. Eddie tries to kind of go bouncing. I don't know if he was trying to bounce onto it or that's exactly what he wanted to do, but it does a good job of it. Sammy misses that one way out right. But I think Eddie's going to bring this back in, though, for him. No, he doesn't. He just goes straight up the gut, puts Sammy's bag in there for him. Now sets it up for his bag, the last bag to possibly either.
He did turn his bag when he went in, but he got less of his bag that time, so.
Here's the airmail opportunity if he wants it. Edward puts it up. Oh, and he lands it just a little short. I can't tell if that bag's still moving, though.
It does not look like it's moving.
Yeah, it's just holding up just a little bit. That's just unfortunate there. He just left that a little bit too short there. Trying to get a backside airmail, possible drag, but at least trying to get that bag in hand inside. So gives up 2 points there. Now Sammy up 6-4. Sammy's first bag, and recently he had been trying to throw that block shot, so I'm assuming he's still going to try to do that. That first bag just went a little bit too long on him on that first throw. I think, he's shaking his head, so I know he's trying to set up that block shot, but he's just a little bit too long, and those boards are just moving a little bit too fast still for him. I think at this point, they just finish it up. Go ahead and get in the hole. If you wash, you wash. You might get some points. He's set up to get some points now. 2 points is on the table. And 2 points is what he gets. Now extends his lead to 4 points. 8-4 right now, Sammy Soto over Eddie. I can't remember how old Sammy is. I think we talked about it before. He's still underage, right? He's still under 18.
Oh yeah, no, I think he's. I want to say he's around 14.
I think he's older. I think he's like 16.
He's older now.
I think he's like 16.
Well, he's old enough to have a girlfriend. I saw him over there with his girlfriend. So at my house, that means he has to be at least 16 and have a job and a vehicle.
That's a good little come around on that one. Little right to left bend. Sammy going to try to push this one up. Does a great job of replacing it, leaving that bag in front. Let's see if Eddie tries to do the same thing. He goes straight through it. Beautiful bag. Fourth bag goes in. Whew. I didn't know if that was going to make it or not, but I had plenty of rhythm on it. 12-12 wash there. All right, Sammy with the first bag here. Both of them throwing wizard. Oh, nope. What is, let's see, sorcerer probably is what Eddie has.
Well, now he may have switched to something a little slower.
I don't know. I'll see.
Because the sorcerers were not
holding up for him.
I think those are still his girl dad bags.
Yeah, I think they are. They're those same ones we saw, Mark. They're sorcerers, yeah.
Ooh.
You know what?
Almost
Maybe
got
they
it.
are sorcerers.
Yeah, I think they are.
That's what they look like. They look like they have sorcerer on it. Sammy tries to prevent a easy lane for him. Eddie's just going to step out a little bit. Easy push shot, collects.
Wow. Great bag.
I say easy. I mean, it's easy if you throw straight. Sammy looks
He
like
makes
he's
it
gonna
look
gather.
easy.
He's at 90%. Pushes the bag in, but misses his bag in hand off to the backside.
Opportunity time.
And gets his 2 points. So did a good job manufacturing those 2 points there. So let's see, 6-8. Sammy's still leading over Eddie. What round are we in? 13? Yeah, that's about right.
Yes, we are.
Sammy hard to the left. That one's definitely out of play. So Eddie's set up to get 2 points here if he finishes everything out. Sammy decides to go ahead and throw one a little shorter. See if he can get those 2 points back. Oh, he hits that little dead spot again. But I think that's what he wants to do. He wants to play a game right in front of him. Eddie gives it right back. So I'm assuming we're going to go gut shot here. Slick side. Oh, almost collects it. Just misses that one. That bag in hand out to the right-hand side just a tad bit. But he had the right idea, though.
He surely didn't think that one was going to stick.
No, not at all. I mean,
Sitting
that's
fast side, it should have
Exactly.
fallen in.
I just think the angle itself kind of pushed him off to the right-hand side. It didn't have that right to left. It was
Yeah.
more like a straight shot in. So it didn't have that action back to the left to kind of funnel into that hole.
These boards might be slowing down a little bit.
No, I was going to say they're starting to get a little action now, which is good. That's what these guys want.
That's because they were all in the corner dragging their bags in the dusty corners to slow them down. So now the boards are starting to slow down, which is a good thing. Well, you'll see a lot more interesting games.
Great little block right there. See if Eddie's just going to push straight through this. He has his tilt. He almost lands in the hole, but that's just as good right there because now he's set up for his little airmail show. Ooh.
What was that? I
think-
didn't see it out of his
I think
hand.
the air barely caught it. It caught the edge of the board. Nasty time, Eddie Grinderslev. My goodness. Tries to do a little cleanup there. Does a little bit, but not as much.
Big five.
Giving up 5 points to Eddie. My goodness, Edward over here. Like I said, even though he missed that third bag, I knew it was set up for a possible airmail. And then all of a sudden, Sammy misses his bag completely off the board, not even touching it, thus giving Eddie the green light to go ahead and shoot that. Ooh, I was going to say that came out of his hand. I didn't know what that was going to do. Leaves it short. It's a little short right, so that's just enough room for Sammy to step out and get around it. Edward now stepping out, and he's going to try to gather that bag with him. And he does a phenomenal job of bringing that bag right back into play.
Yeah, he knew he had 2 attempts to get it up there, so he got it right in a good position.
Yeah, he definitely want to try to get it as much as you can in that first throw, because that second throw, that's the one that you got to finish the collection with. And it's just
how did
holding
they
up. I don't
stick?
know if Sammy wants to throw this bag or if he wants to kind of look at it. I don't know if you want
He's
to
going
bump
to try to
into
squeeze it in there.
I don't know if you want to bump into that.
Get skinny.
Ooh. Well, he bumped into it in the right way because he wedged that a whole lot more. I was just hoping he wasn't going to miss it left to not get points. So at least he gets 2 points out of that. So 13-10, Eddie over Sammy right now. Sammy's going to have first throw in this round. We are in round 16.
Still could be a very long game ahead. At this rate, they're just back and forth, and just a point here or there.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, these are the kind of games that you expect. You mess up, you expect your opponent to capitalize on you. Like you miss this bag right here, you expect Eddie to get 2 points bare minimum, as long as you don't miss any more. So Sammy's still going back to that block game. He's trying to play it dirty, and he forces a miss out of Edward.
Yep.
So Sammy's still staying with his strategy there. You know, he missed that first one off hard left, but then that second one he just brings right back in and gets right back into the motion. And then all of a sudden, Eddie misses that one out of nowhere, gives up 2 more points. 13-12 now, 1-point game. Sammy right back into this thing. Not to say he was ever out of it, but
I know it's hard to make statements like that because I couldn't stand next to either one of them. But
I'm gonna stand next to him. It don't mean I'm gonna do anything, but I'm gonna stand next to him.
They don't let me stand next to him. I'm really tall.
Well, I'm only 5'6".
I'm not laughing because you're 5'6". I'm laughing because you said you're 5'6".
All right, let's see. Edwards got one off to the left-hand side a little bit. That one definitely can gather, but it's going to need some help from Sammy himself. Sammy gets that one right up the gut. Edward with a nice little right-to-left bend there. I tell you what, I really like looking at it on the screen because you can see the heavy movement on it.
Yeah.
Sammy sets up with the right-to-left, but leaves it a little bit short, or at least try toward the middle a little bit. Edward does a good job of blocking that because I'm pretty sure he's setting it up for another one on this one.
Well, he's got an airmail drag attempt, but if Sammy pushes hard enough, he can pull Eddie's furthest up bag out of the way for a drag and possibly get one of his
He goes over
to
the
fall.
top, hits it, brings his bag as well as Eddie's. Let's see if Eddie tries to drag his, tries to go over the top. Does a good job of getting that backside airmail. Good job.
These fellas putting on a show.
Those are some good bags right there. 13-12, nice little 10-10 wash there.
And they are putting on a show because we have bleachers right across from us, and they are almost completely full watching this game.
Yeah, it's like people are looking in my eyes. It's kind of awkward. It's like, quit looking at me.
It's like having a mirror behind the toilet. It's like, why would you do that?
Mine's on the ceiling. Ooh, Edward with the unforced error off the backside there. Sammy set up now for 3 points and a nice little lead change here. Let's see if we can gather his thoughts back together and get everything and get it lined up again. He's been kind of off a little bit the past couple of rounds. At least to his to his standard. My standard, I'd be throwing phenomenal. Be my best game of my career.
Well, he's open for something here from Sammy. Sammy just not going to get it.
I was going to say, Sammy got back into the groove. Sammy got his groove back.
And
another one. That's 5 there. I tell you what, especially in this point of the game right here, that's a big point to give away. 5 points this late in the game.
Yeah, moves him to the red zone there, And
yeah. That hurts right there.
You can give up a point or two, but you can't, you really can't miss anything big or it's over.
Yeah, so it's 17-13 right now. Sammy retakes the lead. See if he continues with his blocks, and he is.
And just to remember, this is a king seat game. So what they're looking to do, winner sits in king seat. Person that loses is not out of the tournament. They're likely to meet him again. They just move down to the losers bracket and wait for that to catch up.
Oh, it's almost a good replacement there. Right off to the left-hand side with it.
Big push.
Eddie misses hard right. It's getting crunch time now, buddy.
Yeah, he may step out to try to grab this one depending on what Soto does.
Nope.
Yeah, that was a smart move by Sammy putting that blocker up there.
Yep.
Changes the focus that
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Eddie has to do something else other than try to go get his bag out
Well,
there.
then it pushes his bags even further away because now you're gonna have to try to push his bag in there. Still gives up 2 points. Needed to be in, too. Otherwise, that would have been ball game. So 19-13 right now. Sammy over Eddie. So Eddie's going to have to figure out a way to try to – all of a sudden, this game's just kind of slipping out of his hand here. I mean, it looks like he was almost like in full control there for the longest, and then all of a sudden now, here we are. He's looking down the barrel. Figure out a way. Sammy all of a sudden stayed with his guns. The block game all of a sudden came alive, and it's disrupted Eddie's little rhythm here. Even if it's not by much, it was just enough.
But does it seem funny to you that Sammy's not sticking with the blocking? Like now he's just putting it in the hole. He's going to, let Eddie make a mistake if that happens.
I think he's in a perfect position to where he doesn't mind Eddie making his own mistakes. Eddie being the demise of Eddie right now. And there's, as we say that, he throws his little V block there to try to end this. Eddie does a hard step out, so he's going to go try the left-hand side, pushes him in. Let's see if Sammy tries to – to be honest with you, I'm probably going to V it up again, block it, and force him to go over the top.
Yeah, Eddie can hit an air mail. Sammy knows Eddie can hit an air mail.
You know what? Just push it in.
But you force it. No, you force it.
Just like that. That's perfect. Because now Eddie's going to have to bring this bag with him just to wash it.
Yeah, I think catching this bag and taking all of it in.
What a great shot, Edward. My goodness, that's a tough shot there, man. I kid you not.
Yeah.
That right to left, you're going to have to, especially if you miss it, that's going to be game. So you've got to try to do something there. Eddie does a good job of hanging off to the right side, just enough to bring it back in, pick it up, and let it fall in. Perfect job by Eddie. Good wash there. Maybe that might be the turnaround that he needs, the confidence that he wants to finish this matchup here.
Well, Sammy not letting off the gas.
Oh, Eddie with his little home block.
Yeah, look at him trying to create a situation now. He comes with some confidence now.
Okay, nice little counter block.
Step out.
Eddie does a good job of this right to left bend here. That's a great bag.
Great replacement bag there. Because it's on top of Sammy's bag. I think this
is a good timeout here by Sammy because I think he wants to see what this bag can do because I feel like he could step out and come hard in and kind of push Eddie's bag out of the way. I think he's got enough room because that Eddie's bag is sitting on top of Sammy's bag just enough to where I think if he comes in hard enough, he could actually move it out of the way, thus creating a 2 points for him.
Yeah, just slip right through there.
And that's exactly what he's doing. He's stepping hard out. He's got his stick side down. I like that. Just almost there. He almost executed that perfectly.
So now Eddie's going to need to throw a bit of a cut shot and try to roll his bag in.
I think he just goes straight up the middle.
You think he just takes it all, huh?
Straight up the middle. That's the only way you could do that. There's no reason to try to play with that one anymore. You don't want to create a situation where you have to hit an air mail to stay in or some kind of weird shot. Oh, there's his miss, though.
Well, it's on Eddie's side, though, so Eddie's going to have to get skinny.
That ain't nothing for Eddie. Hey, Eddie gets like Eddie. You know what I'm saying? He's really tiny. He can get in there. He got this. That ain't nothing for him, man. So that's a great job. But like I said, he did a good job of cleaning that up, all of a sudden creating points himself because he forced Sammy to make the mistake himself. So now we've got Eddie going back into it. Now it's a 19-15 game. So it's still within reach here. He just has to kind of nickel and dime here. You don't want to give anything. If you're going to give up anything, just give up that 1 point. You don't want to give up 2 here. I didn't know if Sammy was going to try to do his block shot or what. Oh, there's that big miss.
Not good.
And the crazy thing, man, is that these misses, they're not by much. They come out of your hand, they look good, and it just hovers over the hole. And that's, man, you just hate to see it. I think he has to play a block shot here. And it just landed long. You can tell by his demeanor there. He was trying to play that block shot, and it just carried too far. This one, you just want to make sure this goes in. Don't even try to play around with it. Now, do you try to go drag that bag?
No, you can't drag it.
Okay.
He's just got to hope that somehow Sammy feels the pressure of this bag and misses, or out to the right. Or
one readjustment. We'll see if that readjustment worked, and it did. Sammy Soto with a nice little comeback here off of Eddie Grinderslev here. Nice little win there, 21-15 over Eddie.